No. Scott's here.
No, I'm here as well, Sue.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to just start the.
Been in contact with Sally and Sue. Both called me, and I just texted them to tell them to go in, check their email. So they should be with us in a minute.
All right. Well, we could start anyway. What's the time? I don't know. The
It
time
is
6:18.
6:18. All right. What's next? Because I don't have my agenda with me. Approve the minutes. Is that next?
Sure. I don't have mine apparently either. I have my direct.
Why don't we just do that? Approve the minutes for now.
Okay.
I move to approve the minutes for January.
That's always
And
first anyway.
I will second that.
Okay. So
I'm glad I read the minutes before my laptop started acting up.
I think the next thing is director's report, right? Oh no, financials.
Usually financials. We usually do. There's no public and disposition of minutes, and then there's the president's report. But we can get back to that. So we can go to the financial report next.
Okay, what's first on that?
That is the expenditures. I should bring that document up. It's the the documents that Sharp provides for us.
I looked through them all. So which one do we want to do? Let's do the regular, the regular minute or
Do the revenues report first, please.
Yes, all right. I'll accept that. Whatever. Okay.
And I will second that as well.
Okay. I did send them both a text and an email, so hopefully they'll be able to get in.
All right. What's the next thing for the treasurer?
And then we have the
claims.
Abstract of claims, which I just emailed probably around 5:30, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
I got it.
saw it.
Okay, and that was for the amount of $81,499.42.
Right, I saw that.
Okay.
So I will accept that, whatever it is.
And I will second that. We've got a rhythm going here.
Right? Okay, and I will. So that's all that we have, I believe, because of course I don't have my agenda.
Yes.
Whoever has an agenda in front of them, please keep us in line.
I have one in front of me.
Okay. So now the director's report, you probably read that too.
Yes.
I'm doing the Mid-York meetings for the directors, and I'm attending the youth services ones too. They're quite helpful actually. And CLRC doing those because they are, it just helps to say, what's going on here and there. Other things, the WebEx, we're offering programs through WebEx. We'll figure out what the little snafu was. Hopefully they're able to get in. So let's see. I did do a walkthrough way back in January 14th. I walked through the building with the architect, the one who came and she asked us questions, and we did some things with her. And so we were there for 2 hours, and she walked through and just got some ideas so that she can put some drawings down. There's been many diversity and equity and inclusion workshops, but one I went to was a Rotary one, which it ended up being a Northeast type of Rotary meeting, because why can it be? And they had some guest speakers, and one of them happened to be, I should know what the man's name is. Sim is his name. He was my son's advisor for his master's degree. He wrote a paper, and he at the time was a professor at SUNY Poly, and so he was part of that panel. It was fun.
Now, did you go there? You go there virtually?
Oh yeah, everything's virtual, and it's just so interesting. And so we did close one day last Tuesday, February 2nd, due to the weather.
Are you open at all?
We're open curbside. We're not open. The building isn't open. We are doing things like Dennis does make appointments for people to come in and do notaries, and there's we're doing just some amazing things though, with things going out. Just what do I want to say? They're like the make and takes and those sorts of things that people are doing. And we're talking about it. That was the CLRC call. There's some, in the next couple weeks, they're looking to be opening some of the libraries up a little bit, you know, maybe that 15-minute computer appointment, because our infection rate is dropping. We have the Mohawk Valley, the last 7-day percentage rate was at 3% infection rate, and 14 days it was 3.7. So it is dropping. And yesterday is 2.9%.
All of
So
my family all got it.
did you?
My son-in-law and my grandson, so I've been quarantined.
It's difficult because, you know, we're not, you know, we have some people that are getting the vaccine because they're qualified for different reasons, but
Right.
so we're in the next couple weeks. I think it might be, you know, we're looking at it. We're definitely looking at it and trying to figure out. It's soon that we'll be doing something.
Is the whole staff working?
Yes, the whole staff is working. You know why? Because it takes a lot more staff time and effort to be the personal shopper and to create the program to go home. And then somebody calls and you have to take it out to them. So it's
good. I'm glad.
Yeah, we're busy. It's interesting how we've reinvented ourselves, but we haven't really saved ourselves any time. But that's okay. It's just because we have to do things for people that they used to do themselves. I'm trying to look at some highlights here, but you can probably look at it and just ask me. I did go. I wasn't. There was the diversity. What was last week? And I thought it was a diversity workshop. I'm trying to see where it is quick as I'm looking at it. The Board of Regents is doing something, but it's digital equity, which also can be all kinds of reasons why people are not able to connect and go to school online, and what's the deal? What happens with people? So apparently, I don't know if it's statewide. It was a percentage that was thrown out there, and it was something to the effect of, I did not. Okay. We had to have a discussion, my husband and I. Have the dogs been fed? So if 93% is the number of people that are students that have access to the internet, that's a nice big number, but whoa, that's 7% of the population that is also not able to, get to class or for whatever reason, you know. So we still don't have. Oh, Sue is here, but Sally and I'm sorry, I'm still kind of distracted by them. I sent an email out to everyone. Char, will you check the email to see if either of them responded to my forward? Can you see
I've
it?
actually already done that and I don't see anything. To me, anyway.
Well, I guess the meeting's going on, so at least they won't have to come to another meeting. But we're doing okay. You know, we're doing some ready for kindergarten. Oh, that was an interesting meeting. People are going and they're trying to explain what they're doing, how they're trying to have this, make sure the kids are learning and doing that sort of thing. And I'm listening, and they're talking about their anxiety level and how they're trying to get social emotional lessons and whatnot into these preschool and early elementary students. And I finally just said, you know, there's a lot of people that become productive members of society that spend some time in not concentration camps, but like refugee camps or those kinds of things. And they're working with my daughter at the hospital. I mean, it's COVID. You got to give yourself some COVID slack. And, you know, it was so interesting how some of these teachers just went, the next person who shared after me said, thank you for saying that, because we're just trying to meet the same statistics as last year, and and we're not going to do the same things. But if we just have these children keep journals or draw pictures of their experience or do something, you know. So that was one of those things that as a partner in the community, sometimes you just have to step back and say, you know, we're doing the best we can and we're trying to fulfill the needs, and it's not the same need that we fulfilled the year before. So that was one of our community partners kind of struggling with this because it is hard. It's the kids are anxious, the parents are anxious, the teachers are anxious, the teachers who are also parents, all those kinds of things. Have I got somebody else on the line?
And we're back.
Oh, did you leave?
Yeah, the call kind of dropped from.
Okay, good.
Okay,
I heard you.
Now I'm back.
Okay, I think I'm going to stop because it's pretty much, there's a lot of training that you can go to. There's CLRC, Mid-York. There's things to do with the annual report that I've been going to because that'll be due at the end of the month. And the auditor should have something to us so that our figures can go into the annual report. But we're doing okay. We are doing okay. We're busy. Our patrons are happy. Things are going well, and people understand why we're closed, but we probably will be open in the next couple of weeks at some level to have people walk in the door. But not back, but our numbers are dropping as far as our community is concerned, but then we also do need to keep an eye on the different strains. The UK strain is at least in Onondaga County. Somebody told me there was one in Oneida County, but I haven't seen that in writing. Okay. All righty. So that's my director's report, I guess.
Okay, what's next?
But what's next is, I believe, we're to old business.
Yeah, old
Yeah.
business.
And I don't think we had anything that was pending. So I'm going to scoot right on to new business. And I believe that would be the only thing we have that's extra is the budget proposal. And it's really just for you and for you to ask questions and that sort of thing, or to just digest and ask us questions next month. It's up to you. Shar sent it out earlier today, so I don't know if anybody's had a chance to look at it.
I had not had a chance to look at
Yeah,
it.
I went through it.
Okay, the highlights were we were trying to keep it under a 3% increase overall. It was the taxes will go up just under 33,000. And that includes all the minimum wage increases and salary increases at different level, depending on who it is. We could break that out for you if you want to see that. We usually do that in
what's the percentage?
September.
What's the percentage is going up?
For overall, tax proposition 1 is 2.92%, with a total dollar amount going up is $32,909. We did have a cut. We're anticipating a cut in county funding and state aid. So that's why if you look at the estimated balance towards the bottom, that is $40,000. We're looking to pull that in from last year, or could this year, as it were.
So what's that say to the taxpayer about increase?
A 2.92% increase.
And what was it last year?
I'm sorry. When we're talking about that increase, some of this is through a proposition that we're asking. How much in terms of the budget apart from the proposition that we're for the continued renovations of the library? When we just look at the budget apart from that, how much of a percentage increase is that?
You mean, so are you trying, I'm trying to say that 50%, we usually do the capital project of 50,000.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Without the capital project, if we're just looking at the overall budget, what's the increase year over year from last year?
It's the same, because the 50,000 didn't increase from last year. Technically, that is a
Okay.
0%.
But that's a 0% increase.
Right. Okay. So the ultimate increase really is 2.9. I was hoping to be able to spin this by saying, well, yes, the capital project is this, when other money from other sources will come in to offset that. So in reality, all you're really paying is, but we can't really say that is what you're saying.
The capital project one just kind of sits there. It's been there for a number of years. So it almost
Right.
looks like a line item in a way. It
Okay.
doesn't. But I mean, if you
Right.
look at this, it doesn't look like anything's increased. It's a 0% increase. And actually, most things are a zero, or we did take the 20,000 that we had for professional fees and we put it down to 10 because I thought, well, most of our professional fees, at least currently, we have our audit and those kinds of financial professional fees. But I believe that architectural fees, we could probably, the capital project, I can justify that, right? I mean, it has to do with how we're going to move forward with a capital project. So that's why we reduced that. And we really have taken, that $40,000 from last year. We usually only roll over 20,000. So go ahead, Sharon.
Right. This year, April and I were really struggling to get this below 3% because we lost half of our county funding, if we even get half of it this year. And we lost almost half of the state aid and our additional revenues, which is all the money we bring in the register, which is copiers and donations and all that fell way off this year because of COVID.
Right.
I'm just texting.
Okay.
All right.
Well, then that's what we're simply going to have to explain to the taxpayers.
Right. And it's not, I mean, it's compared to the year before, and we had our increase last year was 6.14%. So this is, I don't know if that'll be actual by the time, because it was an interesting year. Or it is currently an interesting year, So digest that, ask questions, feel free to email or whatever you would like to do. The big one, obviously, the increases, it has to do with people because that's our biggest expense, really.
All right.
Okay.
So what does that, if
All
I'm a
right.
tax,
Thanks. That was what I was really hoping to get a little bit more insight on, but unfortunately, I have to leave the meeting as of this point.
Okay, and feel free to email us and ask the questions, or next month too.
Okay, and you did say that Sue Culver and Sally had joined
no.
the meeting at this point.
They talked to me.
We have
I'm
Sally's here.
texting
Can
them.
you hear me?
Yay,
Sally, I was
Sally's
gonna say
here.
somebody is
Okay,
here.
great.
Here.
Whew, okay, great. So now I'm not punching a hole in the quorum, and so I can leave with a clear conscience. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Bye,
All right.
Scott.
Thanks,
Take care.
guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. You
Bye,
too.
Scott.
Bye.
So hopefully Sue will join us. I don't know if she's still having trouble. I told her to check email, but she didn't respond. So, but we still have a quorum. But we've also voted on everything we have to vote on.
I was gonna say, I resent an email as well. I don't know if that's how Sally got in now.
Okay, thank you for doing that because it's hard to do that and I don't know, do the
April.
meeting stuff.
April.
Yes.
April. In dollars and cents, how much would a taxpayer, how we would say like a loaf of bread or something like that, it would cost to raise the taxes or whatever?
I think for $100,000 house, I think it's if it's I don't know. Why don't I know that? I used to know that formula. We had that before. This is not a large increase.
Okay, well,
with
maybe that,
all of our taxpayers.
I can
yeah,
throw out too and say last year there was a 6% increase to the tax proposition, and this year we're keeping it under 3.
yeah, so that's good.
And the difference, the increase in the dollar amount of the whole overall budget might
Right,
help
that is
too.
like 32,000
Yeah.
total tax levy going up.
And what
So
was it the year before?
the year before it was
Almost 60.
yeah,
60.
almost 40,000. It went up the year before.
You think I could read that? I'm looking at current proposed. Oh, you're looking at actual.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. I'm sorry. It was a difference of 60,000,
Right.
66,000.
So we're increasing it pretty much half of what we did last year.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, right. We knew it was not going to be.
No, it's going to be hard
And
for,
I guess I have the I printed out the community foundation grant that Mark and I worked on, and we asked for you think I'd know? I think it's like $906, and that had to do with this WebEx software and some things to hold your cell phone on a tripod so that maybe we could record some live story time, that sort of thing, if we did that. So we'll see how it goes. And
okay.
so there's that. And I don't know. That's all I need to say. I also did print out overall monthly holds that we're doing at the library, because we get these. I get it every day. And, you wonder how you're doing. And I want you to know that Whitesboro had the highest number of all of Mid-York. In the overall, we had 1,992 holds. It says monthly all number of holds report. And we are always in competition with New Hartford. It seems like we bounce back and forth. They'll be higher, we'll be higher. And I can't find New Hartford in this one, and I should. Oh, here it is. It's on the other side. And where are they? Well, anyway, I know we beat them because we had the overall number. So I wanted to share that because apparently I'm a little competitive. And
Well, that's good.
it is good, right?
Yep.
So we, every once in a while, and then the monthly overall, because sometimes daily, I'm like, wow, why they have so many? But sometimes, you might have a homeschooler pop in and check out a lot of them or something. But
Yeah.
overall, for the whole month, when we compare those statistics, Whitesboro's doing very well. So we're there, we're answering the phone, we're answering our email, and or people are doing it themselves. So obviously we've had to teach people to be the placer of their own holds and that sort of thing. So we're proud to say that's going well. All right, who has an agenda?
I
I
don't.
think that was the new business.
Yeah. Announcements is next.
I don't think I have any. I guess those things I just announced. We're doing well with statistical
Communications.
information. No, just I guess we could say, and you probably know just from living in the area, Officer Bewley was the police chief, but we would see Officer Bewley at the library for different things. When we had the break-in, he was there, or sometimes he would come and see if the library could help with surveillance or something, because somebody went flying by the library to see if we could get we could help the police with a certain thing. Okay, what's up? I can see my face in the screen, and that's it. That's Sue Culver. She can see her face, but she can't do anything else.
So that's
She
it.
has to
Tell her
click
we're
down below.
almost done.
Down
What?
below it says
April?
join meeting again.
Oh, join meeting. Go ahead, Sue.
Who gives you those statistics about the library?
Mid-York Library System
Mid-York
does.
does it?
Yes. Okay, so down below it says join meeting.
Well, what are we going to do? We're at the end.
That's all right. You know what? Sometimes you just need to go through this and we'll see her face, we'll smile and say goodbye. I should call her. Maybe that would help. So basically, she just needs to put her mouse towards the bottom, maybe, and see all the things that say mute, stop video,
Yeah,
share.
I got
da-da-da.
confused myself and then I saw it at the end.
All right. So
Well,
we
what do
don't
we
have
do?
anything left. There she is, though. Yay, Sue. She'll be so excited. She's done
I
with
don't,
the
I
meeting.
don't,
Hi,
Holy,
Sue. Hi, Sue. We
holy
did the whole
cow.
meeting without you.
and
You
we
know,
just finished.
I couldn't get the screen to move to, I could just barely see that there was a green button at the bottom, but I didn't know what it said until you told me.
Okay, you know what? You could have your screen kind of increase, say, to 120% or something, so you can't see the whole screen sometimes. Just a thought. Well, did you have a president's report? We skipped that.
No,
Otherwise, we're done.
we're done.
We had a
Yes.
quorum. So we just kept moving, hoping that you could join us.
Excellent.
Right? I thought you would be brokenhearted.
Yeah, really. I do have a question.
Okay.
As far as reopening, as things settle down with the virus and more people are vaccinated, is there a specific plan for what would need to happen before we could reopen?
Well, we were talking about that today. I was on a CLRC call, Central Library Resources Council, so we were talking with people in Syracuse, and they're talking about reopening in the next couple of weeks because numbers are going
Right.
down. And I did look up the Mohawk Valley, and we had yesterday, our positivity rate was 2.9%. with a 7-day average of 3% and a 14-day average of 3.7. So obviously we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And we do have to probably in the next couple of weeks do that. And just a little bit, right? By appointments and figure out the details. I thought tomorrow is our Mid-York meeting.
Right.
And I wanted to ask what they're doing. I know some of the itty bitty libraries are doing things because they only get 4 people in the whole day. So
I know.
it's different, you know,
I know.
but I do want to ask and figure out, but we might be that kind of grab and go, the 15-minute, that
Yeah.
to start out that way, see how that
Yeah.
goes.
I
do-
think so. I noticed that Whitesboro okayed all the sports.
For school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been kind of talking about it, what to do, when to start and that kind of thing. So
Good.
I think it's coming in the next, probably by March, you know, or maybe even by the end of February. I know we're going to start Saturdays because we probably don't need to be worried about, hopefully, infection amongst staff. We do know that some of our 65 and over people have been immunized, and so hopefully that'll help. But
Gee, how'd they get the
We-
appointments?
right,
Mine's not
That's-
to the 27th.
27th, so soon, Pat. That'll be good.
Yeah.
So
And
we are definitely talking about it, and we know it will have to. People are nervous though but the numbers are coming down. They definitely
Yeah.
are. We still do have quite a few in the hospital, but you know, each day it gets
Yeah, it
better.
goes down every day, and
It does. It has been.
If we
Has
can
been good.
just avoid a surge from the Super Bowl parties, we'll be all set.
Right. I mean, we did have 90 people that were positive in the Mohawk Valley, but it's better than 200 or whatever we were at a month or so ago.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
definitely coming down. Yeah. My daughter hasn't said to me, Mom, don't leave the house unless you go to work lately. So that's good. I think we're done though. So we did go over the budget, and the highlights were that we tried to keep it under 3%.
Right.
It's a $32,000, roughly, maybe close to 33 increase. Last year we had like a 60 something thousand dollars, so it's half of what we
Right.
increased last year.
Yeah, I thought it looked
It's like,
reasonable. What
Yeah.
else could you do? You know, it's a reasonable budget.
oh, it's very reasonable because we had a retirement, and
Yeah,
that was the reason we could keep it as low because we did have minimum wage increases, and and that even the people that didn't make minimum wage, if we don't increase their salary, they'd be
Right.
under minimum wage. So there's a lot of movement in salary because and we can break that out for you. We don't usually, maybe we do. I did put in a part-time early childhood kind of library assistant to think about that because, apparently I was delusional thinking I would have time for early childhood. Of course, I mean, I might, it's really just weird to do it right now. What can we do? So there's a little frustration. We send things home. We send kids home, but we're doing things, but I really think we need to almost even we're keeping an open mind. Maybe we would even hire an entertainer type of person. We've had the Joanne Yacovella used to kind of work with Sharon, and we'd have her come in and do things. Not that we'd hire her. I think she's kind of semi-retired, but someone who might even be a musician that does, plays guitars, sings folk songs, or we're exploring that. And that's in there. That's in that figure to have a part-time person. We're not replacing the children's librarian with a full-time person because what we did is we split it 3 ways kind of.
Right.
Because we've got Kim doing the library assistant for YA. We have Christina taking over that for the overarching role of figuring out what's going on. I'm sorry. Question? Yes, Sally.
It's Sally. You still have a quorum if I leave?
No, we're good. We do. Yeah, we're done. We voted on everything. I
So
think
we're
I'm
done.
just trying to catch Sue up.
We can make a motion.
I'm
We
still
gotta
in
adjourn.
Good. We
Okay.
could.
Bye.
did we adjourn or are we adjourning now?
No, not, we should adjourn.
Well, you need
Okay.
to before anybody else leaves. You should adjourn
Yeah,
because
already-
then you'll have a quorum to adjourn.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't even know what time it is. What time is it?
6:50.
6:50.
Okay. So I'll make the motion to
second.
adjourn.
I'll
Okay.
second it.
All right, so thank you, ladies.
All
All right,
right.
thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Sorry about
And if you have
that.
any budget questions, you can email. But we didn't vote on the budget because it's just so you can think about it
Right.
for a month, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Have a good one.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
night.
good,
night.
Sue. We filled you in. All right. Okay.